Sometimes I feel that I wanted to gossip so hard that I created a whole YouTube channel to do this. And today I want to talk about the lessons that I learned about myself, about the relationship, about people overall after being single for 26 years. And I want to clear the air for some girls who think that they're being too picky, that there's something wrong with them, that they will not get into the relationship ever and they will end up being alone with 40 cats or whatever it is that propaganda is telling you. And I want to share my personal experience and to be kind of honest there with you, whoever watches this video, and maybe this will help you actually. The first thing I want to start with is obviously about being picky in the relationship. And what is even this, being picky? You are choosing the person with whom you will spend majority of your life, if not the whole life. So you have full rights to be picky. But also you need to understand that as for the woman, this is easy to find a relationship. This is so easy to get into the relationship with any man. But you need to know what kind of a man that you are looking for. And do you want any man? Do you want any relationship? Do you want any kind of a person to be around you? Most probably not. And if you are a smart, intelligent, beautiful woman and you're successful, obviously that your pool of people who you are choosing from will be a little bit smaller than the average. But even if success and financial wealth will not be the main criteria for you, you still have some values that you want to see in your person, some kind of treatment that you want to receive, and to look for this treatment is not bad. What I think way worse is to actually settle for something that you never wanted, that is not even close to your standards, and be so frustrated to the end of your days that you even wasted your time on this person when you could get yourself the exact type of treatment that you want and you could receive whatever it is, but you just decided to settle. This for me would be the scariest thing ever. Let me know in comments, what do you actually think about settling? Does this scare you the same way that it scares me? And what I personally think, that people want to get into the relationship so fast because they are just afraid of being alone. And being alone, loneliness, 40 cats, you will die surrounded by no one, and no one will pass you the glass of water or whatever. This is who even came up with this? Definitely not women. First of all, women did not came up with that. And second, this is just the fear which makes you do stupid things. And people are so afraid of being alone because they actually don't know who they are, what do they want to have in their life, and what are you as a person, what kind of treatment you want, what kind of values you have in your life, what kind of a person you want to see with yourself, what kind of values this person should have or whatever. And people sometimes get into the relationship even without having any particular goal, without the goal to get kids and get married, without the goal to travel together or whatever it is. They just want to get into the relationship because of fear and because of anxiety, and again all of this stress of being alone or whatever. And I have seen really a lot of cases when people were jumping from the relationship to the relationship with the minimum or even no time of being actually single, and they don't know how to be single. They don't know how to be one-on-one with their thoughts, one-on-one with themselves, how to get themselves occupied and overall happy. And this is scary. This is what should be scary, that you are so scared of yourself and you are so afraid of yourself that you are not afraid to jump to the very first person that you see and start the relationship with them. And people I think that they really don't value their time enough, and they don't value like themselves enough. And this is why like everyone, like, you hear about unsuccessful relationship way more than you have about successful ones. And the reason why we have about so many breakups, so many divorces, so many different like misbehavior, cheating in the relationship is like, and we hear about this way more than we hear about like good treatment, where people are genuinely happy with each other, where they treat each other really well. And for some reason, like, this successful type of the relationship, it's considered to be so rare. It's considered to be like, you're so lucky that you got this. You are just like, keep this. You should keep this, because a relationship is some kind of like hard thing. Like, relationship wouldn't be so hard if everyone who enters the relationship would actually know what they are looking for there, and they would not be afraid to share with their potential partner of what exactly they are looking for. Like, what kind of the standards do they have, what kind of the idea of the relationship they want to have, what kind of the what kind of image that you want to have of the relationship in your perfect life, and that other people, like, even if this is being shared, wouldn't be lying like to the person who is sharing this, that like, oh yeah, okay, like this is good for me, because again, they're also afraid of being alone. So if you want to be successful in the relationship, in my personal opinion, like, if you want to listen to it, if you want like, don't, but you need to get rid of this fear of being alone. You need to just like get it out from your soul and never think about it, because what is essentially being alone? This is when like you just take the experience of other people and you completely forget about your own experience with yourself. So what it means, that you think that no one will be around you, you will not have anyone to talk to, you will not like, you'll be ostracized, you will be forgotten, and all of these things. But where is your personal experience? Do you actually understand how sometimes like it's way funnier, it's way cooler, it's way more interesting to spend time with yourself than spend time with someone else? Oh, you don't, because you are afraid to be alone and you need always someone nearby you to spend time. I got you, but like, try something new. Like, try to literally spend time with yourself, figure out who you are, what do you like, what are you thinking about on a day-to-day basis, and like, the time will pass and you will actually start being interested in yourself, you will start loving yourself, and you will be like, oh, like, there are people who want me to go out with them, like, should I actually do this, or would I prefer more to spend time just with myself? And you will notice how you start choosing yourself more and more and more and more. And what you need to be prepared for, and I by any means think that like, that this is something bad. I think that this is actually very cool, that this will be much harder for you to get into the relationship that is toxic, that is not giving you what you want, that is not being fulfilling to you. And the reason for that is because you will actually, like, first of all, you will satisfy all of your needs. You are interested in being with yourself, you like this. And if there is a person, like a man or a woman, who comes into your life and they are just not giving you what you are giving to yourself, they are not treating you well, they make you feel like an option, they don't like bring any benefit to your life, this will be so easy for you to move on from this person. Like, this will be so easy for you to like just completely forget about them and just like get back to yourself, because you are happy with yourself. And this should be the benchmark for yourself before you get into the relationship. Like, am I happy with myself or not? Because I can guarantee you, and like, no person who is unhappy with themselves can actually build a good relationship. And we are thinking that relationship is only about romantic relationship, but every relationship is a relationship. So like, friendship is also the relationship, and your any kind of like any kind of relationship is relationship, okay? And if you are not happy with yourself, you will not be a good friend. You will be like constantly needy friend, the friend who constantly needs someone like to come and save them, who is not capable of giving back. And you will be like anxious and paranoid. And the same thing will be with the relationship, like romantic relationship. If you are not happy with yourself, you will be jealous. You'll be thinking that there is always someone else who you are competing with. You cannot be like the first option, and you will be like, this will be some kind of like weird, crazy attachment style. So the benchmark again is being happy with yourself. And when you're being happy with yourself, everything like gets much better in your life, actually. And I genuinely believe that there is like no such thing as being afraid that, oh my god, I'm constantly like, keep doing something with this hair. And I genuinely think that there is no such thing as the fear of being alone. I think that this is just like, this was applicable when we were like living in caves and there were tribes. And if you were a loner, you wouldn't be able to survive. Like, obviously, you needed a tribe to be around you, to protect you, to get food together, to take care of like your offsprings together, whatever. But right now, this is the best time in like eternity to actually be single, because sometimes you can achieve more by being single than you could achieve like when being in the relationship. So just for you, like a thing to think about. And right now, like the fact that like you will die alone, or if you like go alone, you will like have the shortage of resources or whatever, like this is just simply not true. So this fear comes like from the very, very far. And it's just supported by propaganda, again, like about this myth about women with 40 cats who are alone. But like, do you actually know that the happiest category of people are single women? Like, there is the reason for that, I personally think. But anyway, like, I think that when you want to get into the relationship, again, you should be left out of this fear or whatever fear. You need to love yourself and be happy with yourself to the maximum, because you will not be making like stupid actions. You will not be chasing people who obviously like are not worthy of that, because you are afraid that you are not chosen, that you will be left out alone. You will not be agreeing on some like stupid whatever it is conditions, because you are afraid of being alone, whatever it is. And another thing that I really understood is that if you want to have successful relationship, you need to be so clear with what you actually want and be like able to freely discuss this with the person who like kind of wants to get into the relationship with you. You need to be open and honest about it, because first of all, you're saving your time, you're saving so much time, and you're saving the time of the like another person. But like, what is the scariest thing is that when you want one thing and the person wants another, but you get into the relationship like fearing or better say believing that like we'll just work it out, but at the end of the day you realize that you just wasted time, but this is already too late. So you need to have like this set of terms, rules, wishes, call it whatever you like, of what exactly you want to have in the relationship and what you are ready to give in the relationship. You need to know like what kind of a person you want to see around yourself, because this is so important. Like, you can like get kids, literally, like you can get kids with this person. Like, you will be like for a very long period of time together. So obviously you want the best, but what is the best for you? This is way easier to look for something when you know what you're looking for. But when you don't, like, well, there is whatever that comes to your side, and you're picking from whatever, and then you're thinking, oh, I am too picky. But the reality is that like you are picking from like not the best substances. Like, you are not being in the proper areas, you are not being in the proper circles. you're not being around proper people who could actually match what you are looking for. And like, if you are looking for a man who like treat you like a princess, who will provide for you fully, who will be supportive, who will be interested in what you're actually doing, most probably you will not find him at the club. Like, you definitely will not find him at the club, like 99%. So you're just like being in the wrong spaces. I don't know, like, better go to the museum and learn more about arts, or get yourself a golf lesson, like whatever, depending what you are looking for. So again, like, you need to be not considering yourself picky, but to know what you should pick from, and like, get yourself like the image of a person who you want to be with, and start with like learning what kind of a person this person is looking for, and then see whether you are a match for this as well. So you should not be just delusional. Like, obviously everyone deserves everything in this world, but you need to understand like what is this person, like your ideal match, wants to have in a woman or whatever. And you need to be obviously ready to not only receive, but to give as well. So this video was more like a ramble, because or pep talk, like whatever it's called, because I am, I see like a lot of people like just complaining about their relationship, complaining about like dating life, whatever. And I see how a lot of people, like, usually this is women who are getting like terribly mistreated, but they keep choosing the person who keeps mistreating them. And like, obviously this happens because like they're just afraid to end up alone, and they just don't know their value, and they don't know where exactly they're standing in this life, and they're just unhappy with being with themselves. So what I want to do is to let you know that you deserve way more than you can imagine right now, obviously. And I just, like, I want you to be happy with yourself, and I hope you will. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave your opinions in comments as always. I'll be happy to read them all, and I'll see you soon in my next videos.